Honestly, I can't remember what this part is, so we're just gonna click it.
Yeah, introduction.
All right, let me make sure everything unmuted. All right, we good.
Like we've seen like the whole totality of a Dave,
Yeah.
or the whole totality of a Howard Stern,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or even these young NBA players, they've seen the whole totality of a Bron. So it's like, why not look at the best version of that person? Don't get me wrong, we all got to go through whatever we got to go through, but why if you've seen somebody for 15 years, 20 years, whatever it is, why get the worst
You look at the
parts to them?
I think you look at the parts that serve what you need in that moment. So it's like sometimes that is the best. Like there's a kid out there who's like, fuck, I didn't even know that I could be dealing with mental health issues. And I read this guy's book and like really helped me understand myself, and it's really helped me. That's probably what you would argue is one of the best parts of you.
That's the best. To me, that's the best version. Yeah,
But there's another young kid that loves busting balls.
that loves sniffing those seats.
Real talk, and he doesn't know that he has anxiety about keeping things in, so he just has to get things out. And he sees somebody else do it and get rewarded for it, and it's hilarious, and is like, and all of a sudden starts going, oh shit, I'm not a weirdo. There are other successful people that are like me. I got my North Star for right now. And then maybe he will, 20 years later, like you, get to a point in his career where he's like, oh shit, I gotta work on some of these things. There's a reason why I was so compulsive.
No, they won't.
Only you could do that.
No.
I hate about this.
I'm telling y'all, young stupid motherfuckers. No, listen. I'm telling all you young stupid motherfuckers watching this right now. If you do what I was doing 12 years ago,
You out of here.
not going. You are not. They're not letting y'all make those kind of mistakes no more. You're gonna be stuck on YouTube. Owning your YouTube page.
Yo, God bless YouTube. YouTube is the GOAT.
Word
That's
is
where we
bond.
want to be.
Word is bond.
Nothing wrong with YouTube.
Nothing wrong with YouTube, but it ain't. You know, if you want to do more, you're limiting yourself.
So that question about retiring, you said that the main thing you look forward to now is like the executive role, putting people on and watching the next ones come up. So I'm curious, why do you still do what you're doing now, like the media side?
I love it. I still got to drive for it, and I feel like everybody's doing the same thing. So it's like, yo, let me the way y'all studied whatever first, however many, I've been doing radio 25 years. That first half of what y'all studied, let me show y'all what it looks like when a person grows and evolves, especially in fucking hip hop. I said this on Vlad TV the other day. It's like, yo, we put ourselves in these boxes. And you know, I watch it from learning, I learn it from watching rappers. You got the rapper who came in the game, talking that gangster shit, talking that hood shit, talking that thug shit. Never stop doing that. Eventually, they hit that glass ceiling. You look up and you think you can go farther, but you hit that glass ceiling. But then there's Jay-Z, who constantly grows and evolves with every album. You know, he does an album, he's talking about therapy, fatherhood, you know, trying to be a good man to his wife. Nas, rapping about brunch on fucking Sundays, making some of the best music of his career. You know what I mean? On top of all of the great business investments and everything that he makes now. Like, he's been a part of $2 billion acquisitions.
So I think I figured it out.
What's up?
He truly just doesn't believe in the new content space in comparison to the radio space or what he's done. He doesn't believe that. He thinks he is still evolving, but his evolution needs to turn into doing this type of shit.
So pretty much, yeah, and you're saying that mainly because of his YouTube comment, right?
Yeah, I'm saying that because of that.
And you'll own that YouTube. Like,
right.
He said
because
it like
of that.
He said it like a diss.
And Schulz right after that defended YouTube. There's nothing wrong with YouTube. It was like a obvious.
It's a dichotomy.
Yeah. That's what the divide is.
You could see it. And then right after that, it made me think, after he was talking about the Jay-Z stuff and the evolution, he doesn't think these are the evolutionary steps.
Oh, so what the next version of content is.
Charlemagne's old as fuck. Like, back when he was young. Who's that old black dude, that radio guy?
Petey Green.
Petey Green was the guy he looked up to. So radio was the pinnacle.
Right.
Petey Green is a legend.
But you know. But that's what he was looking up to. There was no YouTube. There was no like outer source. And you can make a lot more money on YouTube than you can with some of these companies, depending on the deal.
That's what he's not saying. That what he's saying is that YouTube has a money ceiling, and if you really want to grow, I would say, like spiritual, like actually like as a person and in money, it's going to him. It's teaming up with these corporations and going to the moon with a Target, a mental health company, a book. You know, like
that's why that Jay-Z comparison he made was so pointed because it's like you can tell that he's essentially, I'm not gonna say he's modeling his game after Jay-Z, but you know, Jay-Z came into the game 100 grand strong, to now he's doing deals with these different corporations. He's trying to go to that $1 billion status. You know, you got to shed some of them skills that you had back in the day.
He definitely.
Well, that's a good one because you know he was selling drugs.
He definitely wants to be.
But I stepped on him when you explained it. Like you can't explain it. I hate when niggas do that. I'm becoming what I hate.
He definitely should be. He should definitely be on the Mount Rushmore, you know, of black people. Charlamagne, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, black people.
Yeah, black people. Why not? Charlamagne. You don't think so?
No, that was crazy.
Charlamagne.
That's insane.
That was crazy.
Charlamagne.
No wonder this nigga didn't like the African American Museum in DC.
What you
No,
mean?
that was
He
crazy.
thinks this is a top 4 nigga of all time.
Come on, man. He's Charlamagne.
Maybe the Mount Rushmore,
We have
South Carolina
Is he
niggas.
before or
have
after
to-
Malcolm X in your opinion?
We have to be way more specific. It has to be radio broadcast. It has to
South
be,
Carolina radio
Yo.
niggas,
It has
whatever.
to be media. It could not be black people.
It's got to be
period.
black bald broadcasters.
Right.
I'm
He's top 4
doubling
niggas.
down. Yep, I'm doubling down. He is. Look, he's Charlamagne.
He is.
That's his name. That's
Like, I
exactly
wonder-
what his name is, but that
What can I
doesn't warrant
compare
him
it to?
being top 4 niggas.
Oh my God.
He is
I
Charlamagne.
think, look, and I
that
think
was
we're gonna
way
really
hotter than anything that Reddit got
Look,
to say.
We're on fire right now.
in the decade. In the next decade,
Yeah.
we're really gonna see, you know, how this, you know, plans out. Like he might
Before the Honorable Louis Mr. Farrakhan?
he might hit a 50 cent gold mine with like vitamin water. He might
Before
just find
50
his
Cent?
company. Well, I'm saying like he might hit the same gold mine.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
50 Cent did, you know, some vitamin health, some vitamin mental
Right.
health. Even LeBron got the mental health app. Like,
So do you
it's
think
any
that
different.
you think we're watching him navigate him looking for his championship in corporate?
Yeah, he's looking for.
I think so.
Because it's like, but 50 showed us that his early with vitamin water. 50 got a championship in music and corporate. And then he got another championship in TV.
Everybody wants
With,
some
yeah.
rings.
Yeah.
Like whether it's liquor, whether it's clothes, whether it's fucking mental health apps.
How many Infinity Stones does Charlamagne have right now then?
About 3.
What in terms of what? What are the Stones like?
Radio.
Podcasting,
Oh,
radio.
well, in terms of dominance, because you can't just give him TV because he's been on TV.
Right,
You
right.
got to get him TV if he was the MVP of it.
Right.
That's
so
why I said about
radio.
Radio,
I don't know if he was ever a dominant force in podcasting though.
yes,
was,
bro.
he
The
was.
brilliant.
He
We talking
was,
about
bro.
the brilliant.
Yeah,
right
there
It
now.
was, but it's like they never talked about it the same way they talk about Joe Rogan and but maybe that's just because they didn't.
Well,
you see-
That's
You know
a different space. Those are
it
white
was at the
people.
top at one
Or
point.
Joe Budden.
But you gotta see like
It was at the top at one point, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. As much as we love Brilliant Idiots and we talk about it and stuff, I never saw them like hit headlines like a Joe Budden podcast would.
That's because things have shifted and now podcasts are hitting headlines more. But there was a
And-
point where them niggas was like really up there.
Joe Budden was on Angel Dust. Like the things.
You
I
and
mean,
Joe Venture.
Look, I'm serious. I'm serious. The things he was saying back then
was so crazy.
It was crazy for even back then.
True.
Like Brilliant
Charlotte?
Idiots. Nah, for Joe.
Both
Yeah.
of them.
Brilliant Idiots, you know, they was kind of just, you know, chopping shit, talking, telling stories with wax.
and
like,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like even just the basic, the type of show that it is, it wouldn't even warrant. I don't know, man. It's just like when I know a lot of people who started podcasts, and a lot of them don't say the Brilliant Idiots made them want to start a podcast like it does for us. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
But I
could find 1,000,001 people who said they listen to Joe Budden or Joe Rogan and know
Right,
that. You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
and you know, I would love to hear what their podcast sounds like.
Cool.
If that's, you know, whoever, you know,
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
influences, you Joe
oh
Rogan,
yeah, that's true.
the Joe Budden.
But back to this nigga.
Infinity Stones. He got the book Infinity Stones.
Oh, that's right. He does have a book.
That's what I'm
Charlamagne,
saying.
look,
That's why I said
how
about
many
three.
do
About
you
three.
need to be one of the top
And
5
this-
niggas of all time?
And this is what he means by if you niggas want to do more than just YouTube. Because, like, he said it disrespectfully. I'm not going to
did.
lie.
That's what, yeah,
But
yeah.
I think in his heart, he really means that, like, yo, it's more things to do beyond, in terms of being a personality,
Than being a
beyond just talking on the screen.
But
like,
yeah.
nigga, it's booking prints, nigga. It's speaking and gigs that you can do.
But he didn't say that. He didn't say
He's
it.
not
He didn't say
saying
that
because-
or say it like that.
Because he's defending himself. This
Right.
is
True,
this is
true.
a little. This is some defensive energy, just a little
It
bit.
is a
Right,
little
right,
Exactly
defensive
what
energy.
this is. And he's been getting into a lot more of that defensive bag recently.
Because he's
Yeah.
also, especially, it's probably because he just lost the show, but also because he's just overlooking the fact that niggas who use the YouTube in that way, it's not like we trying to stick here only, nigga. We trying to do exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're using this as a,
He's
this is where people
pigeonholing all the YouTubers, but
Right.
it is just kind of crazy. But that's because of the defensive energy. It is just insane in general that he even took that energy sitting next to Andrew Schulz, who
Pioneered.
who couldn't get an opportunity.
and did so much with this.
Who
Yeah.
became an equal to Charlemagne through YouTube.
Exactly.
And doing it, yeah.
Nigga, I
Exactly.
used this to propel me to your status, and now we can talk like we right across from each other.
Which was so it was a little crazy that energy, he even had that energy, but like going back to your point of he was being defensive, so I know he doesn't mean it like that either.
He's protecting himself.
But he's like, y'all been niggas been talking a lot of shit about me too.
And he deserves it. he deserves to be pretentious. He's
Right.
reached a level that most black men in this country don't get to reach, I guess. But Charlemagne,
yeah. But yeah. Go ahead.
yeah,
But I would like to quote our Jesus, Joe Budden. Because with the show getting canceled last episode, we didn't really touch on it too much about the whole writer strike being a real big part of that. He wasn't the only show that got canceled. Granted, his show wasn't excellent enough to where it was uncancelable regardless of what's going on with the economy. Because I best believe the Daily Show was still popping and running.
Right.
But
barely.
to quote Joe Budden, it's like when you're not doing it on your own, things like this can happen to you.
Right.
And I feel like Charlamagne the God, I feel like his personality and his style of TV to whatever he really truly wants to do is going to live better on a YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Than it would on Comedy Central.
Right.
Like, nigga,
Yeah.
just put your own shit up and just do it yourself.
Yeah. And
'Cause
just
you
go through
can
the growing pains, bro. Like,
You can even tell he doesn't really appreciate YouTube like that based
don't,
off his
bro.
own YouTube channel. He'll post like an interview every 6 months, and it's always like a real niche thing.
No, that's true.
It's always somebody he really wants to talk to, like Judy fucking Bloom. Like, I'm gonna sit down and watch that episode because
saw it.
I guarantee you there's jewelry in it. But
I saw it. No, it was good. I saw it.
it was good. Like
I saw it.
I
It was
believe
good.
it was good. He's interviewing one
Especially
of
'cause
his heroes.
Especially if you know Charlamagne and you're a fan,
Judy Bloom is one of his heroes, nigga.
Yeah,
like,
so, it was a good interview, and it
that's
was
where
like,
he gets his mannerisms.
And she was keeping it 100. Like she was like a real ass old white lady from the South
Mm.
that remembers racism. Like she was keeping it 100. Like
She remembers it very well.
Yeah, they had a great conversation, bro. It was like damn.
Straight up told that nigga it was a
Yeah,
time
like-
period I could whistle at you and you wouldn't be here no more.
Yeah, because when I was watching it, and she was like, I didn't realize how racist the school was, and I go back to like the 30th reunion, and I'm like, I remember how racist y'all were. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, Judy Bloom a real bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, so yeah. But it is just weird that he is taking this energy of he's just I'm gonna chalk it up to him being offensive.
But I mean, if you spend 25 years to be in these rooms with these corporate people, with these companies, and now all of a sudden you don't even need it. It's like, it's
Well, it's like
I don't know.
he's just playing such a safe game now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's such a safe game, and he's even telling us the real win. Oh, let's go back to the point that he said when he said, and I'm glad Andrew defended that. People appreciate you for certain parts of you and certain areas of you. So the first 15 years, those people that enjoyed you sniffing chairs when ladies left, that might be the part that they needed because that you resonated with them.
That's what they saw in themselves.
That's what they saw into them. But it's like this new you of safe adult, raising daughters, corporate money, political, no hot takes. It's like, I think pretty much what he's realizing is that caters to majority of people. Because I would say sniffing a seat is still niche, and writing a book about mental health is mainstream as hell. Like I can sell 1 million books compared to 20,000 books.
Yeah, like he wants everybody to forget about
That part of him.
And Patrice had a great point, and Andrew was actually under Patrice. He was
Yeah.
like, people are gonna love you for what they love you for.
Right.
Like you can't get mad because somebody loves you for something that you might have not been
ashamed of.
righteous when you was
Yeah.
doing it.
Right.
But it's like, hey, they love you for it. Like It's you live and you learn.
But I'm gonna give y'all niggas some pushback because I don't think that he's doing this on purpose. I feel like this is truly how he is now.
Okay.
For better or for worse.
Oh, well,
this is not a facade. He's actually PC now.
Yeah, it's not a facade.
It's like he went to therapy and they just zapped it out of him.
No. Oh, is that how it was coming off? That like we were just
because when you were saying that he could sell 1 million books versus 10,000 books by doing it this way,
I see what you're saying.
It kind of it alludes.
But that's why he is PC.
It alludes to it being a gimmick
because he's saving. He's like,
I think money will make a nigga PC.
Yeah, that's making him PC. It's like I got too much to lose and I want to keep this and I want to. You know what I'm saying, so I become PC on purpose.
And gimmick might be the perfect word for it, like because he is conscious that he's doing. This is Charlamagne we're talking about.
Yeah,
like Charlamagne's no dummy. He's being very conscious of being PC.
Right.
When he goes on these shows, he hears, whoa, that's too masculine.
But you're saying even if that's what he's doing, you're saying his genuine natural thought is PC.
Like he genuinely is like, yo, that's
PC.
too masculine.
He wakes up PC, period. Like, even if I say it this way because I know I'll sell more books, I feel this in my soul.
Yeah.
The PC-ness.
And you
that
know,
really might be him. I mean, he might have got saved at church or something. We don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It's the toes in the grass behind the tree, hugging the trees in the morning.
Yeah, he was humping that buck.
Oh my God, I forgot it.
That's what it is.
I hated that moment of Charlamagne. the whole
Yogi Charla.
The Yogi Charla when he would talk about being barefoot in the grass and hugging the trees. I always used to be like, what the fuck, my nigga? Like, God, I can take the mental health over that shit. That shit used to drive me crazy.
You can't get behind no barefoot strolls in the grass, nigga.
Not every episode. I mean, he was giving
every episode.
He was giving it. You know, this every so often it's like whatever. But you know, Charlamagne is a doubler and tripler downer. You know what I'm saying? If you hear it one time and you watch all his content, you're gonna hear it 45 times. So it's like, goddamn, here you go talk about trees again. Goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being barefoot and Anguilla.
That's probably how that tree be feeling. Oh, this nigga
feeling
coming
the soil
again.
in his toes.
Yeah, bro. You're here again, bro. Please give me a break, bro.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
This nigga marking his territory.
Nigga hugging wood.
But yeah, I don't know what the closing thought would be on this.
Oh yeah, because we gotta talk to him. You feel me?
Yeah.
So Charlamagne.
Yeah, just Charlamagne personally.
Look, I don't got no problem with you. I do want to know. I do want to talk to him. I do want to talk to him in private. Like, look, like let's be honest. Like, how much money? Like,
how much money does it cost to go PC?
What was the number that made you go, oh yeah, this no more sniffer seats?
How many of your interns would you really want to run train with wax with?
It's a couple. It's a lot of different questions.
Ooh. And why did that money come with the caveat that says you can still do gay shit?
Because gay is the new black.
Yeah.
But this is...
And it's acceptable now.
We got to... Charlamagne, call us, please.
Yeah, call in. Call in. You got my number.
Yeah. Manifestation.
Yeah, you know.
But nah,
one of my favorite parts about this new version of Charlamagne that I will say, and he's been consistent in it, I love how he has no problem throwing assists. That's always been my... That's always been... And this was even in the sniffer seats era. It's just so consistent. There's so many people that I would not have no idea about at all if it wasn't for him putting them in position. And I've seen their careers blossom and grow. Andrew Schulz probably being his biggest student out of everybody.
So many other people, bro.
Yeah, and then that's just, I mean,
there's a lot.
This nigga's tree, like he likes to say, my tree has a lot of free fruit and branches, shit like that. So
that is very admirable.
I love that about him. I love that, and I've always wanted to do that as well too. Just like help people if you can, and it seems like he's been consistent in doing that in every level of his career. Is just we don't have the first 15 years of his career.
Bro,
no more.
I don't want to say he's the LeBron James of this shit, but it's kind of like LeBron. Like the later into your career, the shit that we really love, you dunking on three niggas and you jumping from the 3-point line. Yeah. You older now, you're not as athletic. So your game is gonna have to be more refined. You're gonna have to have a real true understanding and better IQ to really keep playing.
That is a good thing. I'm glad you said that too, because that is one of the things that's like when what's the nigga's name? The nigga with the black dude.
Alex
was asking like, why do you still do it? He's like, because he still has fun. But you're 100% right. When you're older, and that's one of the things you said, but you're not doing, is elevating your content. Yeah, your content, message-wise, can get PC as it wants to, but your execution needs to evolve as well too.
Yeah.
Like his execution has not evolved, I would say. It's like
he did the classic bait and switch. Like you came in being funny, outrageous.
Yeah.
You should still do that.
Yeah.
With also while telling your message.
By
because
having
that's
a pure message.
like, nigga, you came in like this. Like,
His execution isn't too bad though, because every now and then he'll give you some shit where it's all right. He's the guy.
No, that's true. That's true.
Like
that's
he
true.
can string together a ball really quick.
It's not. But before he was always on point. It was. Now it's like we're waiting for the gems. Like,
which is another thing where if you playing, we keep using these goddamn basketball analogies,
So
but if you
easy.
hooping and you throwing assist and playmaking,
yeah,
there's less points for you to score. So you're not gonna
True.
be dropping 30 every night like you might have back in the day.
Yeah.
So you might get on this camera and you got like 11 points, but 15 assists and 13 rebounds.
true. Okay.
But
There's
in his
less
ga- but I
shots
don't-
for you to take.
I don't know. In his game, he can make assists and still like it's like it's like he's making assists in Europe. It's like he playing summer ball when he making assists.
His
like
ass-
you know what I'm saying?
his
And then he still
assists-
has a space to where he's in the league where he can just go crazy. He can still drop 50 in the league.
We don't know what it's like to run a whole podcast network.
That's facts.
Well, I mean, this nigga do.
But I mean like on that scale.
and especially
But
to that
it's not even
scale.
just that, it's with the rest of all the other things.
Like, I wonder how much throughout his day he spends worrying about his takes versus worrying about the infrastructure for other people to get their
Yeah,
takes.
and making sure other people are doing their
You get what I'm
things.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
he
a
might
fact.
be
That's
so
a fact.
worried about getting this set up for this nigga to say something here,
That's a fact.
getting this show to where it's like, it's the end of the day, and he's like, oh, how do I feel about this shit?
You know-
Let me try to write this down
Right.
real quick.
That probably
Yeah.
plays into his PC-ness actually because he don't have the capacity to even really go crazy on it.
He's giving you his first
He's
thought. He don't
stretching
got
himself.
hours
Yeah.
and time to give you his second and third thoughts to where you get to the real nitty gritty.
But if that's like your first thought is you're like, go with your gut feeling. So his gut
Not-
feelings on PC.
Not necessarily all
not
the
necessarily.
time.
Yeah, in terms of like executing on the mic, I would say my first thought
It's not always
it's
the best.
normally the rawest, but it's not refined. It's just raw.
Right.
But normally when I have time to think about it, like anytime I've thought about something for the last couple of days, like we have a topic that I'm gonna go in on that we're gonna cover probably next that I've refined, I've thought about for the last 3 days.
Yeah, it's like
So
working
like-
out your material. Anytime you spend
Yeah.
more time thinking about something
It comes out
deeply,
cleaner.
you're gonna see more as opposed to just
That's a
the
fact.
first glance.
That's a fact. That's a
You
fact.
have to. You got to let that shit marinate a little bit.
Yeah.
You might feel differently.
It don't.
true.
It never.
This nigga-
It's rare. There's only a few people that I think have the gift of the first time it comes out, it sounds like it was refined. And like Dave Chappelle is one of those niggas. Like I
That
think
nigga.
he could like freestyle, and it'll sound like he thought about it for 17 months.
But I also think
And
that's
why
lived,
is that?
that's lived experience.
Why is
True.
that? Because he spent so many years practicing refining
Yeah.
shit that it's
True.
easier to refine things faster.
Yeah.
They been doing like
25. I mean,
That's
he's
true.
been in radio for 25.
they've been
but
like this
they've
is-
been doing this for like 10
This
plus.
is
so.
Charlamagne we're talking about. He's no square to the game. He knows what he feels.
Yeah.
His gut is PC now. It's a lot of PC biome in his gut system.
Yeah. He got a lot
Drink
of
some kombucha.
But then put it this way, even now for you, there's shit that we'll have to talk about that is like, I don't really give a fuck about this. But you still have the energy and the stamina for it because we still young in the game. Imagine being 40-something plus
Yeah.
and you got to talk about
Yeah,
some
he
shit
don't-
that they would have asked you when you was 22. Like, you don't have the energy to like be goof. Like, he can still achieve that,
Yeah.
but he might not have the care anymore.
Right.
He's not having young nigga thoughts. He don't give a fuck about how this bitch's ass is fatter than this other bitch.
Right.
And what's some jokes that can string along to make this entertaining.
That's why you got to keep that child in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But let's move over to the next one. Next topic though.